Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we were just doing a little bit of raiding over here and discovering it's somewhat janky right now. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case, but it's okay. We do need to get ourselves some gold. Now, ooh, that's a spicy zoom. There we go. Now that we've made it through once, I really should get that first zoom done before I start the recording. That's something I need to work on. But we would love to see additional gold to raid down here. There just isn't any. At all. Let's check in on Sweden, though. They're 2913, huh? Well, we have more than that, but we also don't. We need to wait for them to regenerate, so that's definitely something to think about. Now, we are currently hosting a feast, and that's fine. We just completed our raid. We do want to attack this guy up here, and really we're going to be best off doing county conquers all through here, or duchy conquers in the case of this guy or this guy. So both of them are going to need duchy conquers. Everyone else here will need a county conquer. For the Kingdom of Norway, what do we need? 4 more counties, a duchy title, and 250 gold. Usurping this is 250 gold. So overall, we need 500 gold. We can challenge the Boneless to a trial by combat. He would not accept. He would accept to the death, but not for gold. Interesting. Well, we probably don't want to challenge him anyway. He's got 27 prowess, and we have 8. So, let's not do that. That's probably not a good idea. What we are very interested in doing is putting Norway together. So, we need gold. We're going to declare war on this gentleman here with a county conquer. Now, he has 339 total troops. I feel like we can win this with just our men-at-arms. Now, I've only got 400 men-at-arms, and they're not fully reinforced right now. We'll see how that goes. A bad reaction to food, huh? Okay, cool. So, in we go, and yeah, we'll probably win this, so that's great. So let's see how this goes. Non-believer secret, huh? Diplomacy perk. So what can we grab here? We could grab Dignitas. Sure. So we're at plus 0.4 prestige per month right now. But in we go. This is not a huge amount of troops. I didn't want to raise levy troops because I don't want to spend gold right now. But it looks like this should be enough. Hopefully we don't need any levy troops to actually siege this. Garrison is 250. So I think we're okay. Yes, indeed. Cool. So we'll just siege this down. 8 months on that. We can also enlarge our men-at-arms if we wanted. Now, if I recall correctly, we discovered that we wanted a unit of light footmen in order to counter heavy infantry like Huscarls. And then we also wanted pikemen if we wanted to counter cavalry. So that would be the 4 that we would choose right now. Our Varangian veterans, our Vigmen, our light footmen, which I'm going to go ahead and recruit right now. An unraised unit, and also a unit of pikemen. Is that the only spears that are available? No, Bondi are available, and we'll go for them. There we go. So for now, we're just going to have this. Oh, did we beat them again? We beat them again. I didn't even notice. Did we capture someone? No, that's just Battle War score. Okay, cool. So this will be over very shortly. Because we're reinforcing our 2 new units here, we are negative in prestige. That's okay. We're going to increase those sizes to 2. There we go. Now we're going to want to get all of this maxed out eventually. But for right now, this is fine. So we're going to beat this guy up again. Are we going to dip down below what we need to siege this? No. Okay. So 4 months here. Our Grand Halls were just constructed, which will help offset some of these some of these prestige issues that we're currently seeing. Remember, we have Grand Halls building virtually everywhere, and I would love to upgrade this. Now, we don't quite have the prestige at this moment. But let's see what happens in this battle. He might actually kill enough of us here to make it so that we can't siege this. He'd have to kill 31 units. Now, more than that have retreated, but that doesn't mean that they're dead. Yeah, 256. We're okay. And that was a good siege tick there. So, there we go. War is over. And we'll go ahead and enforce these demands. And disband our troops. So this will need to be handed out, of course. We'll grant that to a new noble. Apparently he's blind. Cool. And with our troops put down, we should... Well, once these finish reinforcing anyway, we should see our prestige go back into positive. Now we can raise a runestone. It costs 50 gold. But it is very good. Levy size plus 50%. Well, we can't actually do a clout runestone, sadly. But we can do a control runestone, and where are our options? Morar? Control is maxed there. Where is this? Is this one of our locations? This is, obviously. I don't know where this is. I guess we'll have to find out. So. Apparently I can't use the find hotkey. Okay. We'll go into here. Find title. And this is... Okay. I have no idea where this is. I'm probably dumb. It's right here. I am dumb. I am dumb indeed. We're going to put it there. Sounds good. So with that here, do we need to increase control here? I think we're going to pull off of increased control for the moment. And we are instead going to put this onto Organized Army for levy reinforcement rate. Because this will come up on its own at a fairly appreciable rate. It's not huge, but it's pretty... Now, our level 2 longhouses are going to be finishing up in a lot of locations here. But we have a lot of prestige at the moment. We can also vassalize this lady, and that was something we were planning to do. We were working on that. So that's beautiful. Now we can also ransom this person for 25 gold. And so we shall. There we go. That puts us up to 258. With that, we are going to usurp this Jarldom. Beautiful. So now, in order to make the Kingdom of Norway, what do we need? We need 2 counties and 250 gold. That's what we need. Okay. So, at some point, and that point is not now, but at some point we should move off of Majesty Focus. Perhaps once we get August here. August? One of those. Because we get the 1 prestige per month from that. So once we get that, I think we'll move off of Majesty Focus and into Wealth Focus so that we can ideally go down to It Is My Domain. That's the plan here. And get ourselves some quick gold. Quick-ish. Quick-ish. Oh, we can actually vassalize this guy. Do it. Who is that? We didn't prep this one. Was that you? No. Oh, that was this guy. Cool. That is absolutely cool. So that's part of the de jure Kingdom of Norway. So now to create this, all we need is 1 more county and the gold. I don't imagine there's raiding ready to go. Indeed not. That's still on cooldown. Now we can conquer the rest of this very simply. We are positive in our prestige now that these are fully reinforced. So that's very good. We know we have 2.1. So we also know that each of these increases the maintenance by unraised 0.3 per month. So We could get away with maxing out our Varangian veterans, I think. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to max that. Now, that puts us very negative while they're reinforcing. I'm aware. That's completely fine. They're going to finish reinforcing in a few months here. But 500 Varangian veterans is a pretty big deal. And yeah, they're costing us 5.9 per month right now. It's expensive. No doubt about it. We're going to want to get all of these maxed eventually, but we are by no means at that point yet. So that's fine. Now, we also want to work up our tribal authority. Eventually. And we're starting to get to the point where prestige is a little bit less valuable. So we're starting to get to the point of that being a viable activity. We're not quite there yet, and we also want to get these trading outposts built. I think that we don't want to get those upgraded, or in this case, straight up built, until after we form the Kingdom of Norway. I think that this gold has to be earmarked for that. So we're going to declare our next war as soon as our Varangian veterans are reinforced. And we're just going to push our way through here and take this all very quickly. That's the overall plan at this time. Now, this guy up here, we could go after for the Kingdom of Norway claim there, once we have the kingdom. The de jure claim is probably not what we're going to utilize, but this is going to be prestige up here to expand this way instead of piety, and that will make things more complicated, shall we say. Certainly more complicated. At this time, we're not interested in hosting feasts or calling hunts. Are we fully reinforced? We are. We should declare this. Okay. So, that's this guy. We're going to declare this on a Conquer Duchy claim. So this will be 250 piety. That is absolutely fine. No problems here. We're also potentially interested in seeing how close some of these are. 15. Apparently we can't even ask this guy. Okay. 13. Okay. He's a child, so we can't sway him. But that's fine. We're going to raise up our troops over here. And we definitely have more troops than they do, right? 3940. Yes. Did he fire mercs? No? Okay. Yeah, this should be fine. So we're going to move in over this way. He is apparently embarking. He has decided to stop embarking. That's good. He should not do that. Now, we're quite negative on our prestige, and that's because we have so many more men-at-arms. That's completely and totally expected. Like, look at how much we're spending on our Varangian veterans right now. Completely expected. So what we're going to do here is we're going to leave behind... Let's see, we need 250 troops here. We're going to leave behind around 300. We don't really have 300 to leave behind. We can leave behind these 279 and then these 31. That'll do. And then these guys are going to come out over here. Now, for the time being, we're not going to venture too far away from here. Okay, so they would be here. We would probably lose this, largely because they're defending in hills. We're not going to proceed out that way. They're grouping up. Okay, so they're coming in this way. We would likely lose that as well because they have a better army commander and more commander traits. We have a better commander. Oh, we have a siege leader now, too. Fascinating. Okay, so we definitely need to put our siege leader in here. That is this guy. Now, apparently, how good is their army commander? I'm not sure. Apparently, our skill 24 leader isn't good enough. And faith hostility advantage, that's not actually super helpful. It's that trait, I think, that's the problem. We have numbers on them. But we're going to hold off for the moment. Do they want to attack us? They don't seem like they want to. I think I'm reasonably content with this for right now. They're walking up here. we would get the defensive here. So we would get defending in mountains. I feel like we have better men-at-arms than they do. They have 2 units of Bondi and 1 unit of the Vigmen, I think those are. Right? Yes, Vigmen. So the Vigmen are countered... The Vigmen are archers. So they are countered by the Bondi that we have. Their Bondi are spearmen who are countered by our Varangian veterans. We have numbers on them. I'm not sure what their actual commander strength is. Can't really get out there, so that's not helpful. I suppose if we're over here... Okay, actually, he's commander advantage of 40, which is kind of huge. Martial skill of 25. Yeah, that's a lot. And that is this guy? Yeah. So, yeah, he's got martial skill of 25. That's a pretty big deal. So, he's also got aggressive attacker and unyielding defender. Those are good traits. Those are certainly good traits. We've got a numerical advantage. And we would have the defending in mountains. The game thinks we would lose. Is it correct? The answer is possibly. But I'm going to roll the dice here. I want to see what happens. Their commander is absolutely better than ours. Wait a second. Okay, so this doesn't matter. We don't really care about the faith. We're actually going to take the diplomacy lifestyle experience instead. But look at what just happened here. These guys are locked in. We are going in. Their allies are heading this way. At the very least, they are going to be delayed. Bare minimum. That's a huge misplay on their part. These guys just straight up abandoned. This would have been risky if these had come in. But they didn't. It was a risky move to go up here. It paid off, but mostly because of incompetence on the part of the leader here. This gentleman. This gentleman is incompetent. And that ended up causing us to win that battle. Now we're going to come over here and see if we can pursue their force. I believe they're retreating to their capital, and yes, they are. Now, this siege is almost complete. They have nowhere to go here, and they're abandoned by their other ally now. So we obviously win this. These guys are going to come down here and begin this siege. We're at 63% war score. Christians now have access to crusades. Okay, cool. Now these guys are coming in to here. An interesting choice. We actually captured him in that battle. We captured their ruler. War is over. Okay. So that's cool. We need to hand these out, obviously, and this will go to new nobles of the Norse culture. Cool. So we have an empty council position in the stewardship spot, and we'll put this guy in. Excellent. So that went very well, right? Like, exceptionally well. We can ransom off a couple of prisoners, and so we shall. That's 20 gold. And we do... How old is this guy? He's 9. So in order to offer him vassalage, we'd basically have to send him a gift. Honestly, I think it's easier to just declare on him. At this time, our gold is so valuable that I don't think that's worthwhile. Now, we should probably wait for our men-at-arms to replenish and for us to go back positive in prestige here before we declare over this way. I would like to declare on this guy. And we just beat him in that war. Both of these guys were allied to this guy. So no problem there. We're positive now in prestige, and we are not quite fully reinforced. That's good to see. So we're up to 2.8 now, and I want to check in. Do we have all of our longhouses finished? Not quite. So we're still going to go up by another half prestige point per month. It's not bad. We're still negative in our overall prestige when our men-at-arms are raised, and that's to be expected. We're able to convert gold into prestige, and that's something we will be doing more regularly later on. But for right now, the reason that we're not doing that is because we want to be able to create the Kingdom of Norway. Literally the only thing we need for that is 250 gold. We're at 132 right now. So we're going to declare on this gentleman, and we're going to do a county conquer. And we're going to raise up our troops. And in we go as soon as we're ready. Now, he may call this guy in as an ally. I'm not sure. Are they still allied? He does have an ally in Denmark. Okay. It's not too big of a deal. So we'll win this. This is, of course, delaying our income by about 3 gold per month. That's to be expected. Now, at this time, this fort level is pretty high. We need 400 troops here, so we're going to leave behind this unit of levies, and then we're going to head up over this way. Not with the levies. We're going to head over this way with our other troops. There we go. Now, the Danish guy can definitely come in by sea and attack this force. We'll see if that happens, but I'm expecting to stack wipe these guys. Oh, he's actually landing here. Actually, here. This is a dumb place for him to land. He should not land here. He should attack this force. As it is, he's recently disembarked, and we're just going to come down over this way and endlessly do this. So we're just going to let him lock in here, and we're going to head down this way. Okay, now he's going to attack here. This is expected. This is what he should have done from the get-go. However, we're going to be able to come on in over this way, and I think we'll arrive in time to save the siege. No, we did not, but that's okay. We're going to beat up this gentleman. No problem whatsoever here. I don't really care about any of this. Okay, there we go. So we'll beat up this allied army. That won't get us war score, but that's fine. And this siege is going to be a pretty lengthy one. We definitely... Oh, that's interesting. He's going to do this. We could capture him from this, potentially. Yeah, he is leading that personally. So that's definitely something that we would like. Now, we do actually have a siege leader in this. So that's perfect. We're very happy about that. And let's see if we capture him from this. We are capped out for our battle war score. We captured his spy master, but we didn't capture him. Forging the Jomsvikings. Chieftain Bothvar, an enterprising Nordic adventurer, has launched a vicious invasion against Vesvilkas, sweeping out the lands of Skalovia from under him in a surprise attack. What makes this unusual is that the invasion seems to have had a religious motivation. Bothvar has partnered with an Astraru zealot named Heminger to set up a warrior brotherhood they call the Jomsvikings. The group claims that they will enforce the old ways. Okay, cool. So, he's going to get an army of 1,500 men in Skalovia. Where is Skalovia? And we also need to keep in mind, this is our religion. So, where is Skalovia? Is that in our territory? I have no idea. I suspect it's down this way. But I'm not super familiar with this region. So, let's do a fine title. In Skalovia. Okay, so that is over here. Gotcha. So a holy order is going to be founded, and he becomes the patron. It gives us 10 fervor. Competition, you say? Okay. So we're going to continue to siege this, of course, and that's going to take a little while, no doubt about that. I'm going to split our force in half here, and we're going to move out as well all of our units, all of our besieging units that are, you know, costing us some amount of prestige. So these guys are going to move out. and sit over here instead, where they're not going to be taking attrition. Excellent. We could chase down this force, I suppose. And we've still got our knights over here, so if they decide to raise up their forces again and come in, it won't be a big deal. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here. This is going to be a pretty lengthy siege, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will wrap this up, and I think the Kingdom of Norway will be made in the next episode. And we should also, since we just got that tree finished out, we should swap over to Wealth Focus. Excellent. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and this got stack wiped up here, just so you know. And I will see you all next time.